everybody, 4 more years. Come on, everybody, 4 more years. There will never be another USA. Freedom won't come back if we give it away. It's time to vote. It's time to pray. So join as one. Let me hear you say, vote Trump 2020. Go Trump 2020. Vote Trump 2020. Vote Trump. Keep America great. Keep America great. Woo!
Mark Ensley, I'm 25.
All right, Mark. So, what brought you out today to see the president, and what are some of the issues that talk to you?
No issues. I really just like the atmosphere. I missed he came here a few years ago, and I missed it. And I really just wanted to really get to feel that atmosphere. At the end of the rally, it was really amped up about that American spirit and the American pride. It just really keeps you focused on for myself, keeps me focused in my everyday life on what my mission is as a small business owner and what are my goals in life, and it really just established that. And I think he does a real good job of letting people know what he's about and what he's gonna do.
So you're really into his energy, I guess.
Yeah, I really like the energy, his philosophy, his outlook on life, and stuff like that. It's really.
Is it attractive that he is also a billionaire and has been somewhat successful in his life? Is that part of it?
I don't think it was really a money thing. Really,
Okay.
I think it's more. I got people in my own life now that have that kind of energy. That he is 70. So I don't know how old he is, but he's old. He's older. He's not old. He's very. He looks young, but. It doesn't really have anything to do with money. It's that inner strength that I kind of gravitate towards.
Okay, and I'm assuming you don't really see that with Joe Biden.
I don't see a whole lot of maybe back in his day, maybe.
Okay.
I'm sure he had some stuff going on politically, but to me, I just don't even know if he really believes in what he's really saying.
Okay.
I don't feel. I listen to a lot of people every day. I talk to a lot of people every day, and they always tell me things that they may come up in conversations with friends about stuff they believe, and you can sense the truth and the honesty, and I just don't see that with him. Like if I met Biden on the street somewhere and was having a conversation with me, I would walk off and tell my buddy, I was like, that dude's full of it, dude. he's full of it,
All right, man. What's your name and how old are you?
My name is Christian Tyler. I'm 26 years old.
All right, Kristen. So you're out here today selling some Trump kind of swag. You want to show us what you've got there in your hand?
Yeah, this right here, this is something to support Mr. Trump, the president.
Yeah, that's cool. And then what is that, a tablecloth?
Basically.
A tablecloth.
Yeah.
And you said to me earlier that you wouldn't be selling the stuff if you didn't support the president. What kind of stuff does he do that makes you want to support him? Like, what's the big issues for you?
Just for the simple fact he's a good businessman. And I have wore his clothing line before.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. It automatically come with the cufflinks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right. And so you say you like him because he's a businessman, but some people are saying he didn't pay any taxes, like $750 and all that, because he made so many losses. I mean, do you hope to be a better businessman than him one day?
I want to say it's the kind of money certain people need. You see what I'm saying? Different strokes for different folks. So if anything, I want to try to be better, greater, or even in between. I just be myself.
Sure thing.
Yeah, but I could take his business mindset as being able to manage my own mindset in business.
Got it.
Exactly.
And one of the big issues in the race right now is defunding the police and racial injustice and all that kind of thing. What's your take on that as a young person right now in this country?
I just think that racial injustice, that is basically something that's a mindset between certain people. You see what I'm saying? Because it's just like certain people go through certain things. It's all in their body language, their emotions and everything. It got a whole lot to do with not just the color of somebody's skin. Certain people just don't like certain people just because they don't,
Okay. All right, man. So what's your name and how old are you?
My name's Christian Conkey. I am 21 years old.
Cool. All right, Christian. So what's driving you to vote for President Trump?
So what's driving me to vote for him would be that he's not a politician, and he's a smart businessman, and all of his policies and everything that he is going for is for America. And as America's a sovereign country, and it should be respected.
So one of the big issues these days is issues around the police and racial injustice, and it kind of seems that it's all been wrapped in together. People saying we should defund the police. Is that a wise idea in your opinion?
Well, as the police are directly stemming from the Constitution, and they have a very necessary part in our governmental system, and if you were to abolish the police, then there would be nothing left to maintain the order of the nation.
And obviously order is important to you, but you see in the big cities, people are desperately trying to not defund them completely, but reduce the size of police departments. Right. So there still will be police, but just fewer of them. It seems semantics. Is that?
I believe that everyone has a reason for what they believe, and everyone is coming from somewhat of what they find is a justifiable position. Yeah. And I am all for police reform and making sure that the police department is as good as possible, and that every police officer can be exceptional, and that there are no racist anythings. Yeah. And so if there is reform is different than defunding, and that's an important aspect to me.
Okay, your name and how old are you?
My name's Jameson Myers, and I'm 19 years old.
Well, Jameson, what brought you out today?
Well, honestly, my main thing is that he stands for life. He's pro-life, anti-abortion, and he's pro-gun laws. So those are my two main things that I'm looking for in a president, and Donald Trump definitely gets that done.
Right. So presumably taxes are not quite a big thing in your life just yet. But is that something you still think about as a 19-year-old?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely looking for that in the future. I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm studying mechanical engineering at Christian College down here in Pensacola, and that has usually a high salary with it, and I don't want to be taxed bled dry. So that's definitely something I'm thinking about.
I hear you. So you're a student. Are student loans a thing that concern you at all, like paying them back? Getting into a lot of debt? They say that the student loan bubble is the next big one to blow up. Is that something that concerns you, at all personally?
Well, me personally, I actually don't have I have a small loan, so it doesn't affect me too much personally. But for the average college student, yes, I would absolutely see how that would affect them.
And what do you think should be done about that? People should just pay it off because it's their debt, or do you think maybe there's in the future they get written off? What do you think is the good approach?
Well, I think you take responsibility for what you do. So I think that personally they should be able. They had to pay it off. They did it.
All right, so you came out here to see the president. That must have been a thrill for you, right?
It was. Right. It was very
Did you actually get to see him?
A little bit. We were kind of in the back, so it was really crowded.
Okay. So what kind of things has he been saying? What's he been talking about?
He's been talking about the debate last night and, the things Biden has going on and whatnot.
Yeah.
Made very good points.
Okay. And what are some of the things that are important to you that you would want to see him be a president for another 4 years?
Well, personally, he doesn't have any plans on raising taxes and things like that. I think the school system he's doing good with.
Okay. And do you have any ambitions to go to college, or are you already at college?
I'm actually in my first year of college right now.
Okay. Is it paid for? Are you worried about student loans in the future?
I actually was lucky enough to get a Pell Grant to attend college.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
But how do you think we're going to pay for all the things that we've all the money that the country's paid out in terms of COVID relief with trillions of dollars, the deficit's the highest it's ever been. How are we going to pay for that if we don't raise taxes? We'll be in debt forever.
That's a good question, but I put my faith in him. I'm sure he's going to have a good plan for it.
I'm Wesley Jones and I'm 17.
Okay, Wesley. So what brought you out here today? What kind of issues are important to you, and what did the president say out there?
I feel like the president has a more confident message of what he's trying to say, and Biden just isn't spewing confidence to me. I'm joining the Air Force.
Okay. Oh, you're going to join the Air Force?
Yeah.
All right, okay. What's driven you to join the Air Force? Just passion, or?
I love this country.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's great. Do you recall anything else the president said out there today? Tonight even?
He was talking again about how Biden has repeatedly lied about his fracking opinion, about how the laptop, he completely denied it. There's a lot of things Biden has been flip-flopping over, and I like confidence in my president.
Right. And what did he say? Did he say anything about taxes tonight that maybe interested you? Because one day you're going to be a taxpayer.
Oh, yeah.
If not,
Biden's plan for taxes, I'm very worried about that for my future. I really don't need the super high taxes in my future. Right now, taxes are going perfectly.
Okay, and how do you think that we're going to pay for the COVID relief? You know, we've got into a lot of debt giving all this relief away. Do you think we might have to raise our taxes eventually to pay for that?
Maybe eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would you like to see another relief package at all, or you know?
Maybe if it's needed, which I do think some people really need it right now.
Okay. And lastly, there's a lot of talk about kind of racial injustice and these kind of things in the country.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
It's really biased.
Okay.
I feel like it's very biased on either side, to be honest, because you can spin it either way.
He started off talking. Well, what we heard, he started basically talking about like how he's planning on trying to lift the lockdowns on the country, I guess, to continue to progress in the COVID relief and everything.
Right. Yeah.
And really, he talked about a lot. I mainly listened to the guy before him, but
okay. Are you keen to see the economy completely get back open again? So, you know.
Yeah, I think we're all ready for that because right now it seems like we're doing really well for what happened.
Yeah.
For being locked down for almost 2-3 months for most places. Here it was only about 2 months, but for being locked down, our economy's doing really good. 401ks are still going up. They were down when it first happened. My 401k is back up to where it was before, and overall year to date, you know, all my stocks and everything have gone up. So our economy's thriving, it's doing really good, and you know, if he gets elected again, I think it's going to continue going up.
And is that like an important issue for you, the economy and making sure that your 401k retirement, as long as those things are still going up, is that like a big deal? If they were going down,
for someone like me in this day and age, you have to look forward to that kind of stuff because to be able to retire in the future is really important.
Okay.
And you know, we don't even know if Social Security is going to still be around by the time I'm 65 or whatever. So that's just important to me, and you know, investing in my future is really important. So I mean, that's what I'm looking at. I want the economy to thrill.
And finally, he said he's not going to put taxes up. But are you not a bit concerned about how we're going to pay for all this debt we put ourselves in through the COVID?
To an extent, inflation is actually good for the economy. You don't want hyperinflation. You kind of want a steady ring of inflation. Realistically, the whole entire world's going in debt with itself anyways. So I don't think raising taxes is the answer, especially for the rich. For my personal, I believe having like an equal tax is more fair because just because you make more doesn't mean you should get taxed a more percentage. If we all, you know, pay our dues and pay our taxes and, you know, make sure we get all of our, you know, everyone get documented. If you become, you know, like a citizen, just pay your taxes, do it legitimately, and don't use the system. You know, pay into it because us paying taxes is helping keep our country run, and running our country is important. And to keep those freedoms and all of our beliefs, and to be able to talk, and you know, to believe, you know, left or right side, to believe in what you want and be able to say it. I mean, that's better than a lot of other countries. You know, if you speak your opinion in other countries, you'll get killed. So here it's nice to be able to voice your opinion no matter what side you're on, you know, and fight for what you want.
Yeah. All right, well, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
See you guys.